We hadn't really talked about it, but that's my mini excavator. The door is blocking the tag. I think that's a 304 Caterpillar. So we got this end opened up, started. Let's go down here and look at the well. Right here's the well, 203 feet deep, roughly 45 feet down to the water line. Not really the water line, but where the water comes up in the ground, that's the level it floats at. And then the actual water line, according to the well driller, is down about 150 feet. That's where we hit water. So yesterday I had some buddies come over and put the well in. It's 175 feet of pipe, which starts down there 16 inches under the ground. So plus the length of the well pump. So I don't know, whatever that figures out to be, about 178, give or take a little. And also, that's called a pitless connection. That's so if you ever need to service this well, that's where we're at. We got this end opened up. So right now, we're going to start doing some excavating. Y'all don't be talking too bad about my operating skills. Because I have no claims in that area. I guess all I could say is we can dig this hole till the real operator shows up. Since that probably ain't gonna happen, we'll dig this hole. No sense leaving that like that. Go back through there and clean that up a little bit. Gotta keep an eye on which way we're headed, because we gotta wind up at the right spot. Get a little more of that off. Whoops, better get that smoothed out a little. gonna get this covered up today. Leave that dirt piled up. Those guys will be here tomorrow to finish up the metal on the building. They won't be happy for not parking close, but they'll get over it. Matter of fact, I might want to move my pickup truck. Before I go much further, I don't want to block myself in if I don't get done. I'm gonna have to move my truck. I don't wanna get it stuck in there. I'm gonna move this truck and unload that stuff before I go any farther. See what, this is a good wide open spot where we can make the transition from one direction to the other. So we're gonna go down here and start and come back. It's about 40 something feet. I don't want to get too close because that would be a sad moment to tear them little pipe up coming out of there. Whoops. Got a little shelf of rock right there. That's the way rock is around here. It's kind of like little layers of it. Not real thick, but it's really hard. We're not going to do it, but that layer of rock may be only 6 or 8 inches thick. And it may go for a long ways through that hill. You go through that layer, and somewhere real soon, 4 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, you'll hit another layer. Eventually it goes solid. Be a good time to get rid of that bush, but I'm gonna give it a little bit longer. Found more rock. I don't really want to step up right there. Maybe it's just a little bit of a rock. I see the ground moving. I think we're gonna get it. Let me back up and get that rock. It's kind of bothering me. I need to clean that edge off a little better. I don't want stuff falling in on me. Hit it again. I know some of y'all have been thinking, if you watch more than one video, that this guy said hobbies and sawmill. Well, we're getting there. I've done a few sawmill videos a couple years ago. That sawmill was an old manual mill. And I kinda didn't like that, running that manual mill. It's just so many steps that you had to go through to saw it. To be honest with you, I was probably sawing bad lumber because I was too lazy to turn the log or whatever if I had enough room to make another cut. But you know, you make a few cuts and then you gotta handle the wood. You gotta flip the log somehow manually or use that crank, but anyway, the point is, we're working on the building. I'm getting this water run up there so I can have water at the shop. The new building is, I did pull the sawmill under there to keep it out of the weather. But that new sawmill, I think I'm gonna like that. We may get us some good logs and sell some good lumber. I've got some special logs that I need to get sawed. They've been over there in that pile. And that's another topic. We'll talk about piling logs one of these days. But they've been in that pile. And I've got about 6 or 7 logs. Half of them are really big. They came off the bottom of the tree. But they're really big. We may start with the small ones till we get used to running this mill. Those red oak logs that I just mentioned, they really old growth stuff. And they came off of a farm about 20 miles from here. And that farm is owned by some famous musicians. And I'll tell you who they are when we get those logs out and start sawing them. Depending on your taste in music, you may find it very interesting. So, back to the ditch digging. I want to be patient right here and clean this loose stuff out, because when I cover that pipe, I want it to be in its final resting place. And I'm going to try to be careful and not put anything that's going to puncture it. I think we're going to run out of pipe. So the end of that pipe is blunt enough that it hangs in them joints. So we're gonna make it where it's got to go. I'm Going to transition it. I don't want to take the cap off this water line. See if we can do it with it on it. Let me go in here and pull a little bit. This is where you need two people, because I can't reach both ends. I think it moved a little bit. Let's see what happened. It'd be real nice if this would just give up and quit. Uh-oh. We're making progress. I think we hit something. All right, y'all, what's this in? I don't want to kink this thing. I don't think nobody's watching. Let's go check on them. Oh, we're making great progress. Plenty of slack. Oh yeah, we can work with that. That's perfect. We'll have about 5 foot left over. So, now for the conduit. We're going to have to do some heating and bending on this conduit.